Hi everyone, welcome to the second video of my free music software guides. My name is Oscar, and today I'll be showing you Typatone, which is a website that allows you to do things like this. Now, if you haven't already, please check the first video dedicated to Groove Pizza. I'll leave the link in the description. So this video has 4 main sections. The first is a tutorial, and then 3 activity suggestions, a section for each one. There will also be links to the time codes in the description below, and let's get started.
Here is Typatone.com. The URL is on the screen right now and also in the description below. This is what you see when you open the website. On the left side of the screen you have some controls and an on-screen keyboard that you can use to input text, but you can also use your physical keyboard, which is what I'm going to be doing today. Before we start, let's click on the information page and have a look at Typatone. Typatone are a duo from Japan. I strongly urge you to check their stuff out. Their YouTube channel is great. They also have other apps such as Typatone. I think there's a link here, yeah. Also their music on Spotify and this Easter egg right here. Be sure to check that. It's a very neat surprise. We don't have time for that today, but check it out later on. So I'll start typing. I have a phrase I'm going to type, and you'll notice that you start listening to the sounds, and then I'll stop briefly and it will play everything back. Yeah. Now we wait a moment and so I clicked the second icon, which is the mute button, and sound has stopped, although it's continuing to read. One of the things I like the most is the way you can listen to the length of the words based on the silences you get. So space, also line breaks, are silence. Have a listen to that. So yeah, pretty obvious. This third control right here is for you to change the sound and the speed and the timbre of the playback. Here goes. So you have 6 different sounds and atmospheres and timbres. The fourth one is for you to copy and paste your own sound. This is very good for generative music. So if you have a favorite ebook or an article on the Wikipedia, you can have a listen to it. Just paste your text right there. The fifth one is for you to download your sounds as a WAV file, I mean, and the last one is for you to send this message. You can either send the URL and someone who opens it will have a listen to this message you sent. With the text that you sent, with the sounds that you sent. You can also share it on Facebook, Twitter, and via email, or embed it on your own website. So that's that. The general controls are these ones. Let's jump straight into the activity suggestions right now.
Remember that one of the purposes of these free music software guides is to suggest some activities for you to do while you stay at home. The first activity suggestion I have for you is to send a letter, a musical letter, to someone you like, just to say thanks. Write them a text, choose your sounds, and then send them the link, like this.
So sending a message with Typatone is very, very easy. You just enter the website and then just write your message like this. And then listen for it and choose the proper sound. This is much more dramatic. It goes very well with the message. So I'll choose this one. And then just click on the share button, copy the link, and send it to whomever you'd like, or share it on Facebook, Twitter, or via email.
The second activity suggestion I have for you is to play your name musically. That is, check the notes on your name on Typatone's website and then try to play them.
As we mentioned on Typatone, most letters and numbers and symbols have different musical notes. The way they assign the notes is actually pretty clever. You can find more about it on the info page. But basically they did a statistical analysis of the English language, of how many times does a particular letter come in the English language, how often it's used. But it actually doesn't matter if you use uppercase or lowercase letters. It's the same note. It will play the same note for uppercase and lowercase. But what this means is that your name has a particular tune, particular song to it. Let's check mine. And I'll add an extra space at the end so that it spaces out. Now, to save you the trouble of figuring out which notes are in each letter, I transcribe them all for you, and you can see it on the screen right now, but I'll also put it in my blog, so there's a link for that in the description. So you can actually play your name using an instrument.
Assigning a musical note to each of the numbers and letters and even some of the symbols requires quite a bit of notes because there are many letters, numbers, and symbols. So they are spaced out throughout a large range of octaves, obviously. When you try to play them on your own instrument, if you keep the octaves in mind, it may be very difficult. Here's how it sounds when I try to play my name on a guitar. Have a look. When you have a machine playing it, it sounds easy, but when you try to play it yourself on your instrument, it may not be that easy. So my advice would be to try and put all the notes on the same octave, or just play around with it. Choose the octave you're most comfortable with, and then try to play your name. Here's how my name sounds when I do that. Have a listen. So my third activity suggestion would be for you to use Typatone not as a tool for writing text with meaning, words with meaning, but as a notation tool. This is actually one of the oldest music composition techniques there is, dating back to medieval music and Renaissance music. It was called soggetto cavato back then. More on that on a few episodes. Here's how you can use it to compose your own songs or to imitate melodies that you already know. Have a listen.
As you can see from the transcription on the screen, each character has a musical note. Some notes also have two different characters assigned to them, such as 0 and P. It's the same note. But if you select a portion of this sequence, such as E, D, A, H, T, R, it will play a fragment of a scale from C to A. So I pre-prepared a letter sequence which reads something like ta de da ta de da da ta trar ta de. Doesn't mean anything, but of course it will play a very well-known melody. If you find out which, leave a comment below, and here you go, have a listen. It's kind of like a musical code, Morse code. You check the notes, check the character they are assigned to, and then use it to make your own songs or to recreate well-known melodies such as this one.
So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I had lots of fun recording this video once again, as I did the first one. If you're interested in following the next free music guides, the next episodes, please subscribe so that you'll be notified when they come. Thank you. See you next time.
Free music, summer time.